A group of desperate contestants forced into a deadly game of survival, a battle where only one can win. Sound familiar? Welcome back to Real Talk, everyone. Before Squid Game took the world by storm, there was Battle Royale, a film so controversial that it was banned in several countries. So was Squid Game a stroke of genius or just a high-budget rip-off? Let's dive in. When Squid Game dropped on Netflix, it felt revolutionary. The brutal death game concept, the striking visuals, the social commentary, everything clicked. But fans of Japanese cinema quickly pointed out the similarities to Battle Royale, a film released back in 2000 that explored almost the exact same premise. So was Squid Game just a copy-paste of an old classic? Not exactly. But the influence is undeniable. Let's break it down. Both Squid Game and Battle Royale feature a group of people trapped in a deadly competition. Both use numbered uniforms, a dystopian overseer, and violent elimination rounds. But here's where things differ. Battle Royale is set in a government-controlled program targeting school students, while Squid Game turns everyday desperate adults into contestants. One is about forced political control, whereas the other about financial desperation. Different but similar death game concept. Squid Game creator Hwang Dong-hyuk has openly admitted that Battle Royale was a huge inspiration. In an interview, he explained how he first wrote Squid Game in 2008 but struggled to get it made. He cited Battle Royale and other manga like Liar Game as influences, so there's no denying that Squid Game owes a lot to its predecessors, but it also evolves the concept. Even Quentin Tarantino is a huge fan of Battle Royale. In interviews, he's called it one of his favourite films and even considered casting Chiaki Kuriyama, who played Takako in Battle Royale, as Gogo Yubari in Kill Bill. That's the level of respect this film commands. But where did Battle Royale come from? Author Kushin Takami had a dream, a literal dream, about a twisted game where people were forced to kill each other for survival. That dream became a novel, then a blockbuster film, and its impact has been massive, not just on Squid Game but on the entire death game genre. Without Battle Royale, we might not have the Hunger Games, Alice in Borderland, or even the Belko experiment. The idea of a brutal, structured death game has now become an entire subgenre, and Squid Game is just its latest and possibly greatest evolution. Both stories rely on game mechanics, but in different ways. Battle Royale is pure survival. You get a random weapon and have to fight to the death. Squid Game adds childhood games with deadly twists, making it feel more structured and strategic. One is chaos, the other is cruel logic. Then there's the look of these worlds. Battle Royale is gritty, raw, and filmed in real-world locations. Squid Game is highly stylized, with bright playground sets that contrast the horror unfolding. One feels like a war zone, the other like a twisted game show. Different approaches, same terror. And here's what makes both of these truly terrifying: the psychological toll on the players. Battle Royale explores betrayal, friendship, and the mental breakdown of its students. Squid Game focuses on debt, morality, and social class. Both force their contestants into impossible choices, making you wonder, what would you do in their shoes? While Battle Royale opts for a raw, handheld style that enhances its realistic horror, Squid Game uses polished, cinematic framing, making it feel more like a stylized nightmare. Each approach adds to the tension in its own way, one grounded, the other surreal. One area where Squid Game completely dominated was merchandising. The iconic pink guard masks and green tracksuits became instant bestsellers, especially during Halloween. While Battle Royale remains a cult classic, Squid Game became a global pop culture phenomenon with massive commercial success. Both Battle Royale and Squid Game sparked controversy. Battle Royale was accused of glorifying youth violence, leading to bans in several countries. Squid Game, meanwhile, raised concerns about real-life debt games and economic desperation. Similar to the Hunger Games, both stories use government control as a key theme, forcing players into brutal scenarios for the sake of entertainment or discipline. So, is Squid Game a genius show or just a modern battle royale? The truth is, it's both. It takes inspiration but adds its own unique spin. It's a testament to how great ideas evolve over time. And who knows, maybe Squid Game will inspire the next generation of death game thrillers. What do you think? Is Squid Game just Battle Royale 2.0? Or does it stand on its own? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into cinema.